Okay guys, today we are in Double Dunn's garage and we are going to do a small simple video of how to jack up your car. So what we're first is going to look at is the proper tools for jacking up a car. Basically this is my opinion and my brother's opinion of what to use to jack up any car, no matter what, be it a Miata, Honda, all the way up to a dually crew cab. Okay? So, what we got is a standard full hydraulic jack. Okay? We do have a couple of the littler jacks right over here. They'll work for like a very small car like a Honda, stuff like that. But in reality, these are very inexpensive. And just pick one of those up and call it good, in my personal opinion. You don't want to go anything smaller. They're easy. This is very light. It's aluminum. And that's something that you should just get as opposed to getting these. We've graduated over the years from using those. The one reason, simple reason why we have those and then only use these, because of stability. When you get it up really high, it's not gonna, tip for you. Okay. Next, you want a pair of stops for the tires. Anytime you jack up a car, no matter if you have an emergency brake on, the car in park, you want the wheels to be stopped. So you use blocks. You can use blocks of wood, little 2x4s. These are again super cheap. I think they're like, actually I don't know the price. So, but they're there. Okay, and just get a complete set of them. Maybe 2 sets would be smart. Okay, next. We have jack stands. These are the only jack stands you should use. Not just brand name, but what we're referring to is the style. There is a old style boat jack stand, okay, that you do not use on your cars. You use the car jack stands. This support right here. A lot of the jack stands of the old days do not have the support in the middle like this. They're all cut out like just 4 independent legs or a small piece of steel leg. These jack stands again are super cheap. You should only use this style of jack stand. It simply just raises up and the lever goes down. Only use that. We have 2 sets. Because we have one really big truck and a smaller and bunch of smaller cars, but heavier. They got full-size American cars. There's a mid-size American car out there, still pretty heavy. But that Ford LTD, which we're going to learn how to jack up today, that's a full-size car. That is pretty darn close to the weight of his truck, of that dually crew cab over there. This is adequate. I believe this is 3 ton. 3 ton? Yeah. And then we have 6 tonners. So there's 2 reasons for a 6 ton. One of the reasons is obviously the heavier weight. We want to use these on the truck, on the dually crew cab, where they are a lot heavier. And also, it's in general a higher one. So if you're going to work on a vehicle and need to get the distance out of it, look at that. You got what, a good 6 inches difference in between jack to jack. So you got this much height out of that, and you got that much height out of that. So if you need some more distance from the ground, safe distance, yes, you could put blocks here. We do not do that. We do not put blocks to separate distance. You never do that. Not in typical circumstances, put it that way. Okay? You know, if it was, say, an emergency circumstance or on the side of the road and need to get something done really, really fast and you're probably not going to be underneath the car, okay, maybe a block of wood to put underneath there. Otherwise than that, you don't ever typically use wood underneath your vehicle, okay? Ever. All right, so again, this one is built like a brick. Solid pieces here, solid pieces here. This is a little bit, I think it's a little bit thicker steel. So just a well-built 6-ton jack and 3-ton. And we got, we have actually 2 sets of the 3-tons around here somewhere. And then we have 1 set of 6-tons. You know. So, with, oh, one more thing. Ramps. Okay. So ramps, well, you know, I've been a steel ramp fan for years, but these are, the technology these days for these plastic ramps are just fine. It's solid. We've used it countless times, and very lightweight, easy to carry. That's a good ramp. There is another set of ramps here. Sorry. Well, I'll just show you. Anytime you want to get one of these steel ramps, you want to have it with this piece of steel right here going down the side of the ramp. Or, if it doesn't have that, make it so it has it. Okay? And we usually have 2 sets of ramps around. Run a complete car up on top of them. You know, that's just... So if you need to have a car up completely off the ground, say doing a transmission, something like that, you have it. You also keep a pair of wheels around, so, you know, those are good jacks as well. Wheels hold up the car while you're driving. They're going to hold up the vehicle while it's sitting. Okay? All right, so next step is we are going to jack up the car.
Okay.
Okay, so here we got our 2 jack stands. We chose the 3-ton. Again, adequate for this vehicle. Don't really need to worry about it. In regards to jack. And we have our stops for the tires. We have kind of an added advantage right here. We have this natural goalie right here for water. We're going to leave them right back here and call it good. Okay? So, again, if you're kind of on a more level ground, you would want them placed one forward, one backwards, and emergency brake on, and in park in a rear-wheel drive. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So next up, properly jacking the car. All right. So most cars are newer. You would want to jack them depending on what you're going to do, what your purpose is. You can just jack one corner of any car and be perfectly happy if you just can do one tire, say change a tire, do a brake, job on a tire, you know, stuff like that. We're going to do this job. We're going to go back in and fix the cooling fan, the blower motor for one of the people that are one of the YouTubers. And we're going to show them where it is, how to unbolt it, and how to access it. So that's what this is about. Plus I have to go in there anyway because the blower motor doesn't push a lot of air right now. When I put it back in to begin with, the brand new blower motor, it pushes very little air out of the vents. And that's frustrating. When we get into winter, getting this project finished over summer here, that's not enough air for that huge of cabin. That's nowhere near enough air. So we got to figure out why it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, so and that's where this jacking video, the jack video, comes into play. We got to get the tire off of this side of the car in order to access the panel. All right.
Don't forget to loosen your lugs before you
Yeah.
get jacked up and stuff like that.
Good point. All right. Okay. So, not a lot of people have hubcaps anymore. Most of you have wheels. This car's got a hubcap, so we're going to take the hubcap off. If I can get underneath it with this, that is, of course. I don't know if I can or not. This might require a screwdriver. This might require a screwdriver to get underneath that. Shoot. Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay. Put it on this classic car over here. We'll put the crowbar in a classic car too.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our new electric impact.
It's up top.
Oh, there it is. Arr. This I have yet to actually use on any car whatsoever. Well, no, we used it one time.
Use it once.
Yeah. I don't know what we used. Can't remember what we used it on, but we used it on something. This is an electric impact from Harbor Freight, and basically just half-inch drive, and it is non-battery operated, just corded. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use that instead.
Get our cord mess.
Get in our very well organized electrical cord here out to the car.
Yeah, the string. You should have. You got plenty.
Okay.
You should have plenty.
Oh, thank you. Now, usually you probably want to break these loose. Let's make sure we don't have them. You want to break them loose by hand, okay? You don't want to break them loose with an impact for safety of the car. But let's try it, okay? Let's go get an impact set real quick.
Okay.
Alright, so we got our electric drill on, lights on.
What size are they?
This, normally they're like 11/16, something like that. 13/16.
13/16.
Yep. Alright, we're gonna try them here. Am I going the wrong way? No, you should be going the right way. Alright, so.
There it is. Oh.
Yep. And I'm turning them back on because don't want to do that. Because that right there. You do want to. Okay. Let's go down a little bit. The cars, you don't want the wheels to go too far. You want only the thread. You want it locked in there, okay? You want it loose, but you don't want the car to come. You don't want the tires to come off.
Yeah.
Alright, simple as that.
In case it comes off the jack or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I like this gun. It sure takes a lot. Wow, that's sensitive. Very sensitive. Very, very sensitive. Alright, so I got them all hand snug on there. Alright, there we go. Probably could have used this while it's off the ground. Most likely an impact is more than acceptable. But I figured I'd get him before it came off the ground, okay?
Yeah.
In retrospect, probably an impact's perfectly acceptable to do when it's off the ground.
Yeah, it's just the way we were taught to do it.
True. Yeah, we were. If you're using a manual wrench, you absolutely want to break these before you get off the ground. Otherwise, you'll never get them on.
Yeah, his answer.
Never get them. So, all right. This is a very low to the ground car, which I personally don't like, but it is what it is. So, all right. Now, most American cars are going to have some type of support in the center of them.
Here.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and, yeah. When you look down here, there's a support right there. I'm actually going to have Dwight do the jack. Okay, so you see the oil pan there. Go right past the oil pan. Let me see how I'm bumping it. And look, make sure we're pretty center in the middle of the car. Okay. Now, we should be good enough to start jacking it up. Alright, Dwight's going to go ahead and jack it up. I'm just going to inspect it. Alright, it looks pretty good. Oh, just it's kind of sliding backwards. Okay, let it down, bro. It's rolling backward. Let down, let down. Yep, it's sliding backwards. The whole car is moving backwards for whatever reason. I think it just naturally kind of slid. So we're going to go farther back before we smack the oil pan or something like that. So go all the way down.
Should be all the way.
Okay, there we go. That was interesting. Why it kind of... Okay, give that a try right there. See if it slides. So jacking is obviously extremely important. As you see, we had to correct it simply because of that fact right there. It didn't look safe to me. It looks like it would have slid, hit the oil pan, and made a mess of the car. Clearly. Let's go over it. All right. So what Dwight's saying is that you want the car off the ground only enough to get the wheels off. Okay, a little bit more. A little bit more. Keep going. One more jack. Okay, it's off the ground. All right, so now we might want to get...
The car's leaning that way.
It is. Oh, jeez, it is. All right.
I got it.
We're going to have to go up a little bit more.
Okay, watch yourself.
Yeah, not a problem. Okay, guys, jacking point. This has a solid frame all around it. Right there. Okay?
How's that?
I have a solid frame underneath this car.
Need me to lift it?
We need to do a little bit more, lift it. There we go.
Got it?
We will. Got it, we're good.
Yeah,
All right, now that we have a solid frame structure underneath this entire vehicle, since it's so old, I can just put it right on the outer frame rail. Okay, very small cars usually have pinch weld. You can put it there. You really don't. I don't like it, but it is what it is. They're small cars. They should support themselves. All right, we're going to put the other jack stand in the exact same place, which is, I'm going to look down here. And we can see that that jack stand is one up. So we go ahead and do another click on this one. We're okay. All right, go ahead and let her on down.
Hands out of the way.
Hands out of the way. This is second here. Let me. This second, yeah.
I'm waiting.
I'm kind of. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you got it?
Yep, got it.
Away?
Yep, I'm out of the way. Go down slowly.
Releasing slow. Hang on.
Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa. The jack jam.
What do you mean, jack jam? Okay.
Well, that came down way too fast.
Yeah. Okay. This wheel's not off the ground, but that's all right. We don't need this wheel off the ground. Okay? We only need the other wheel off the ground, which we have it off the ground. We're good.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
The car shifted just a touch and it held the jacket.
Okay, our wheel's off the ground.
Okay.
All right.
I got pressure on the jack.
Okay, so let's go ahead and hand this back off to him. And go ahead and start. Again, this is probably something that could have been done.
Yeah.
But
we were taught different.
yep. That thing's beautiful.
Yeah.
Does its job.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Probably should have mentioned, check your car, make sure it's supported.
Yeah, it's not going
This thing is a rock. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
before you even undo the bolts, okay? That's just sticky. The tire looks good. It doesn't look like there's any
I don't think there's any weather checking.
weather checking. If anybody knows anything about weather checking, tell us. I don't know what that's all about. Huh. Rubbing? I'm not sure how to rub though. It's a factory tire.
Yeah. Huh.
The tread looks great on these. It's
Yeah,
got,
yeah.
as far as the tires look.
Don't see any weather checking. I think that tire's good.
Yeah, tell us in the comments if it's like obvious, you know, if there is weather checking. I don't know if that's. Okay.
Yeah. Huh. Let's see. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think
right.
you're good.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us in the comments if you see anything like that. Okay. One more thing on jacking. You want to put the tire also under the car, like that. Reason being, if the car falls, you have support.
Yep.
Always do that. Okay.
Yep.
Again, that tire and that car, that is there to keep the vehicle. If it's able to hold the vehicle up, it's able to hold it when it drops. One more time. All right. So that concludes our. That concludes basically how to jack up a car. We'll jack up a unibody someday, and I'll show you the jacking points for that. It basically does have a frame. All unibodies have some type of framing. They call them torque boxes. Two in the rear, two in the front, where the suspension goes. In essence, it's kind of the same. You put your jacks into torque boxes, or close to them. And a lot of newer cars might not have this, but it's going to be, you want to just know where to jack it. If you don't, look it up in the book. It'll tell you where to jack it. But this whole video was about having the proper stuff to jack up the car, and how to jack it up.
Yeah, some of the stuff we've seen people do on YouTube is scary.
Yeah, yeah. To use trailer jacks, to use little 2-ton things, bottle jacks. It's very scary.
And they balance wood on top of jack stands.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw a couple where they couple 2 or 3 2x4s on top of jack stands. No.
No. Again, that's an emergency situation, okay?
And only if you're not crawling under the vehicle, even if it's an emergency.
Yeah. Exactly what he said. If you're not crawling under a vehicle, that's an emergency. All right, so this is learning how to do this for Double Duns Garage, how to jack up your car. This is Michael.
I'm Dwight. Catch you later.